It's been almost 10 years since Samsung released the Galaxy S3, and honestly speaking, this device still remains one of the best the company has ever made. The Galaxy S3 in 2012 had every feature you could think of, and it was one of the most complete devices in the world. Years, however, haven't been kind with this device, and naturally it has been forgotten by almost everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you if the S3 is still usable in 2022. This is the Samsung Galaxy S3 10 years later. When it comes to the build quality, the Galaxy S3 feels very cheap in the hand. It is made of plastic, and if we compare to more recent phones, you can see the difference in build quality is massive. I remember when I was using this phone as my main device, and back then I used to think that phones can't get any better than this one. Well, times change. My unit has gotten through so much during the years, and all those cracks are proof. The S3, just like most of the phones back then, had a removable back, and it was a lot easier to change the battery. The bezels all around this phone are just massive compared to its display. The Samsung Galaxy S3 has a 4.8-inch Super AMOLED display, and it is tiny compared to today's phones. Also, the resolution is terrible, at just 306 pixels per inch. Back then it was one of the best displays in the market. Today, however, it is almost unusable. I tried to watch some videos in this phone, and honestly it was a pain for my eyes. Everything is way too dim, and the maximum resolution to watch videos is just 720p. The Samsung Galaxy S3 runs perfectly Android 4.4.2. Just kidding, because the software experience on this device is terrible. Even at launch, the S3 had a lot of bloatware pre-installed that made the experience worse compared to the iPhones of the time. In 2022, this device is just unusable. Most of the apps won't even work now. The S3 has the Exynos 4412 inside, and it can't basically do anything now. This phone is just good for swiping, and nothing else. The S3 did also struggle with RAM management its entire life, since it had only 1 GB of RAM. The base storage is 16 GB, but this phone has a feature that has been removed from the S21 Ultra, and that feature is the microSD card. The Samsung Galaxy S3 has a single 8-megapixel camera on the back. I really loved the camera of this device in 2012. Today, however, smartphone cameras are improved a lot in every category. To be honest, the pictures taken with the S3 are still kind of decent in daylight. Sure, the dynamic range is non-existent, but pictures are still usable. In fact, pictures in daylight, if edited, are actually great. In low light, however, the difference is just enormous. On the front it has a 2-megapixel camera, and it seems like a joke if we compare it with the 40-megapixel camera found on the S21 Ultra. On the other hand, the S3 can shoot at least 1080p videos, even though it doesn't have any kind of stabilization. I took some pictures with the S3 and compared them with the S21 Ultra, and here are my results. The Galaxy S3 has a mono speaker which is just terrible. The speaker of this device is located on the worst possible place, and that is near the camera on the back. Even in 2012 the speaker position was criticized a lot because it always was blocked by the user's hand. On the other hand, the S3 has a headphone jack, a feature removed from Samsung's latest flagships. Probably the worst thing about this device in 2022 is the battery. To be clear, every phone that is used for a long time has terrible battery nowadays, and so does the S3. I had to charge this phone for almost 24 hours just to reach 50% and make this video. Maybe my charging port is damaged, that's why it took so long to charge. The good thing about old devices is that you can easily change the battery since the back is removable, but I think this isn't even worth anymore, at least for my device. It doesn't have any kind of wireless charging, but this is to be expected. The Samsung Galaxy S3 doesn't have a fingerprint scanner, but it has an option for face unlock. This is, however, an early implementation, and it is far from secure. I remember fooling this method by using only pictures, and this is still the case. They removed face unlock on later phones, only to add it back on the S8 series. So is the Samsung Galaxy S3 still usable in 2022? The answer is no. The S3 is 10 years old, and technology has evolved a lot in the past decade. In 2022, this phone is only good for reminding us how much technology has improved. This is the only reason why I still keep this device. If you were a user of this device in the past, I would like to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. If you did enjoy this video, then please consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you for watching.